Basement Dwellers, hosted by your boys Jacob Santoro and Christian Talone.
You're blabbering about unnecessary stuff. Cut it out.
Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button to get all the updates from the channel too.
Tell me what your hand's doing over that button first.
But for now, just loud shout and kick back, cause I got a fresh one right here delivered to your speakers. Lock in.
Alright.
Happy, beautiful, super disgustingly hot Phoenix, Arizona day, everybody. Episode 83 of The Basement Dwellers. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Christian, hello. If you notice very, very quickly, we have some new things behind us now. It's pretty awesome. But that's not the real cool thing. Today, we have a legitimate mystery. We have a man, a actual myth, a legend. We have DJ Desert Hydra visiting us today. Welcome, man. Welcome to our basement. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for bringing me out.
Of course, man. Thank you so much for coming over here. You know, you said that it was kind of a trek to get here, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing about Arizona. It can take a minute to get from place to place, but that's what's cool about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can just get all over the state, you know what I mean, within an hour or so like that. So.
I got to ask the first question before I forget, and this is important. I got to know, and we'll probably go into it later. How do you not pass out from heat exhaustion wearing that getup, man?
I'm not going to lie. I be sweating like a motherfucker in this thing, dude. It's a lot. But fun fact, I was actually a wrestler in high school, so I'm kind of used to being in that like hot environment, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just kind of used to it, but I definitely do be sweating.
So is this guy. This guy was a wrestler in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
Yeah, he knows all. He knows. So he's like, here you go.
I'm right there with you, man, because I feel the same way. Like when I used to ride my bike to work, like every day, I was like, dude, I'll just wear like nothing, just sweat my ass off, and then just change when I get there, dude.
Being as big as I am, I mean, I tie my shoes and I'm sweating. So it's like, if I was you, dude, you know, we met through an event called Spicy Nudes that happened at the end of, I believe it was March. And we saw you up there spinning it again, just a fucking hot room. And like you're out there, you're doing all the cool moves, and you were putting in work, man. All with that on, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. When I keep the energy the same for like each show, but I'm not gonna lie, that one was a little bit warmer than usual because it's a small ass room, you know, and even only with like 30 to like 50 people, it was starting to get a little steamy in there. Not gonna lie.
So let me ask. You know, I'm sure you've answered this question a million times already, but let's start with the name. Where'd the name come from? Desert Hydra.
Desert Hydra. I love talking about this. So I actually only recently came up with this name within like the last year or so, because the name I had before that was just something random that me and my friends came up with. But my mentor had told me, hey, you know, you're gonna start getting involved with the scene. Like, what's your name? Is that like something that you really reside with? And I said, actually, no. And he said, well, take some time to think about it, because when you start getting involved more, like, you just gotta, like, your name should mean something, or it should be something that you at least want to stick with. And so I'm actually from Indio, California, what's like near Palm Springs.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Pretty similar to Phoenix. So that's kind of where desert comes from. I grew up in the desert, and I was actually born in the year of the dragon. And I'm really obsessed with like dragons and like Asian culture and stuff like that. So
Very
I'm
cool.
sort of I was debating, it was between Desert Hydra and the Desert Dragon,
Yeah.
but something about Hydra just flowed a little bit more.
Year of the Dragon is very anime protagonist vibes. I gotta say, what is your Chinese zodiac?
You're the dog.
I am all. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm also. Yeah, we're
Nice.
dogs, man.
I was gonna say, you guys got those dogs
got
in you?
got the dogs in us.
Dogs.
But you're over here as the dragon. That's cool, man. So I guess the follow-up question is, you know, did you have like people that you looked up to that also kind of like, not so much to protect the identity, but like, well, where did the whole, you know, like the mask
The
and
man
everything?
of mystery.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Facade.
Man, so I actually have a ton of reasons for wearing the mask and just like going with the anonymous project. Fun fact about me, actually, most people don't know this, but I used to be a glover back in the day when I started in 2013, and I had a whole team and we would compete. And I actually wore a mask for that as well, because something about putting on the mask like kind of signified to me, hey, like it's time to perform. It's time to put on almost this like different persona where I can express myself in a different way. And that's sort of where it stems from. But there's a ton of reasons why I do it. You know what I mean? I like keeping my identity low key. And then when I perform as well, it just helps with the angst a little bit, because I could just focus on, you know, being a DJ and showcasing my set rather than worrying about like what my face looks like. You
Well,
know?
we really applaud you because, you know, the fact that you wanted to come on with it on, I thought that was really cool, you know, and it was like, it was so weird because I didn't know what you looked like when we met you, you know? So it's like when you pulled up, I was like, I hope this is him, you know? And it's like, you know, like I heard his first name when he came in, you know, and I was just like, oh wow, okay. I would have never, like, out of my head, I was just like, is that his name? What do you think his name is? Like, I was really, that's awesome. And yeah, it's kind of like a superhero mentality where it's just like when the mask comes on, you know, do you feel more like comfortable doing what you do? Like, do you feel like not so much as like a crutch, but more so of a way of just like when I put on that, like you said, like that persona, you just feel kind of like infinite in a way where it's just like there's no, like, do you still get anxious even with the mask on?
Oh yeah. Well, it's always up until I start playing. You know, I call it. I always get the nervous shits. I always gotta, yeah, you know what I mean. I always got to poop right before my sets, just because, you know, like it's a little bit of anticipation, and there's always in the back of my mind that thought, like, are you gonna pull this off? Because if you actually pay attention to my sets, they're super complicated. There's a lot going on. I usually mix with like 4 channels. So it's super complicated. And if I'm not on point the entire time, you know, there's just a ton of room for mistakes. And I mean, that's inevitable with DJing, but, you know, once I get going, you know, once I get the ball rolling, then I'm all in. And, yeah, you know, whenever I start to play, one of the cool things about me as a DJ, and I think people are starting to pick up on, is that I come to each set with the same energy, whether it's one person or 100 people. You know, I'm there to rock out and just showcase my love for music and just like, you know, go out with a bang. You know what I mean? Because every time I'm like, I either got to go big or just go home. You know?
I was gonna mention that, like, well, yeah, when we saw you at Spicy Nudes, yeah, you definitely were one of the DJs there with like the most like presence.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely like got more people dancing than a few of the previous DJs did. And I don't know if it was planned out that way or what, but like you got people going for sure. And even me, like I pointed you out because I was like, look at that guy. You know, like I saw the mask and everything. And I was like, that's cool as fuck. Let's go talk to him when he's done. And we did, and you gave us a great interview. I thought it was a good time.
Hell yeah. Thank you. No, that means a lot. And that's I think it's kind of an art that's lost these days within DJing. I think a lot of DJs don't understand that your presence on stage can really make the difference between people getting involved with the set or not, because that's one of the basic fundamentals is interacting with the crowd and, you know, just showing that you're excited to be there. You know, a lot of guys are up there, and I get it. They're doing their thing and they're focused, and some people just don't feel the need to get super crazy. And I'm not saying that everyone has to, but to an extent, you know what I mean? If you show up to a set and someone looks bored up there, you know what I mean? It's not really going to want to invite you into the set, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just kind of my thing. And I have a ton of fun with it, man. So no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm, you know, at an EDM event or a sporting event or like a church event, or like a quinceañera, I'm just there having a good time, just enjoying playing some music.
Do you ever do like the superhero thing where you do your set and then you go change your clothes and like take it off and then you just act like a civilian? You're just like, that dude was crazy. Did you see that last set? That was crazy, man. Yeah. I would probably do that. To answer your question for you, I would do that. Doesn't matter. Whoever was up there last, that
mingle amongst the common folk. Yeah.
Dude, I actually get up there. So the few times I have, I'll go to a few people and be like, "Yeah, that DJ kind of sucked. Like, what'd you think?" just trying to pull it out of them. Yeah.
You're just doing your own census survey. Just
pretty much.
Would you feel less likely, or more than likely to see him again?
No, and then when they find out I was the DJ, I should like show them the tip thing on my phone, like service do at restaurants these days. You know,
do you do that?
No, of course not. No, that'd be terrible.
Hey man, grind. It's tough out here, man. The grind's real, bro. I mean,
man,
I'm about to start. There's got to be some genius out there that's gonna make an app that just any act of kindness now you can just swivel around your phone and just like it's like, oh hey ma'am, let me help you to your car with your groceries, and then she's like, oh thank you, and then I'm like, yeah, here you go. Like,
what'd you think?
And I have to make her. She has to look at me and just put no tip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man.
How long have you been performing?
Oh man. So I've been a DJ for about a little over 10 years, but in terms of performance, I would say 6 to 7 years, but it's been very on and off, but I only got involved professionally about 4 years ago, and it started off with Grand Canyon University. I'm actually their resident DJ there.
No way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I do all their sporting events, so if you ever show up, for a basketball or a volleyball game, I'm the guy doing the music. And then from there, I got involved with the EDM scene because, if you look at my page, it's just all dubstep, all heavy bass,
Yeah.
a little bit of house. But I mean, yeah, so about within the last like 3-4 years is when I started performing professionally.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah.
And has that always been like your music, like ever since you were young? Like you've just been really into like house and like dubstep and all that?
Oh, man.
Like where were your original like influences from?
Definitely my parents, man. They're the ones who put me on. They
Really?
yeah, my parents actually used to rave just a little bit. They used to go to clubs back when house was really popping, and I didn't even realize it. But growing up, they put me on to guys like Fatboy Slim, Deadmau5, and a bunch of other like really big names. But me personally, I fell in love with EDM when I found Skrillex. Everyone kind of hopped in on that.
Right.
I feel like whenever people talk about like what was their breakout song, for me it was First of the Equinox. That was a really big one. I was just this little 10-year-old sixth grader, on the bus, and someone was like, "Dude, check this out."
Yeah.
And
mine was Deadmau5 for sure. Like I was obsessed. I went as him for Halloween one year.
Oh, dude, nice.
My mom like painstakingly made me like a paper mache. I wore it to high school, dude. Like there was a day like I wore it. Like it was so fucking crazy. Man, I was I mean, my whole thing is like I couldn't do the like the amount of equipment that you needed to do that kind of stuff. And like, I came from a family with, I didn't have internet in my house till I was like 16. You know what I mean? So it's I always looked up to people who could do that. So, as I got older, it kind of slowly faded away. But I mean, even going to shows, like I mentioned, like we know Davian, that's Christian's brother.
Yeah.
We know, Battery Low, Renzo, awesome guy. Love that dude. We actually were saying when we were at that event, it's just like, you don't ever really listen to it anymore, but when you're there, you feel the energy. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to like just not like, start.
Yeah.
Especially with like, again, like the stage presence is awesome. Like you got to do that. You can't just be up there just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know what I mean? If you're going to go up there and just like be super lazy about it, you might as well pre-record your set and just let someone else do it. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the thing. At least that's my opinion on it. To each his own. The beautiful thing about DJing is that it's a very personal thing. So anybody and everybody is allowed to approach it however they like, just because I want to get up there and throw my little chicken arms up the entire time doesn't mean that everybody else has to, Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty, I don't know. It was cool to see you. You were getting down too, man. You know who was getting down? Do you remember that guy? We know exactly who I'm talking about. He was Queen of the Night, dude. Remember that guy?
Yes.
Oh, you know what we're talking about?
got lots of videos
that
of
guy at Spicy Nudes. I mean, he had the whole getup up. That guy was wearing full on lingerie. That dude was bumping. He was in the front. Do you remember him?
Oh, no.
Super slender black dude. Like, and he was just.
Wait, was he
like,
tall?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my fucking roommate.
Is it?
Yeah, dude. His name is Jeremiah. Shout out to fucking Jeremiah.
Shout out
man.
to Jeremiah. That guy.
That guy was hot.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, it's like he pulls that shit off more than most people that I know. Like, that was an awesome hype, man. That's
dude. Yeah, no, and if you guys see me on my shows, he's usually there. He's super supportive, and it's kind of one of the reasons why we go hand in hand. We have a lot of energy and stuff. So he's a super cool dude. That is hilarious. He's actually gonna get a huge kick out of that. Cause,
oh, we loved it. We
got lots of camera footage.
Yeah,
of
we
that.
loved it. He getting down like. I can't dance. I mean, look at me. I can't fucking dance. So it's when I like and so it's like I gotta like kind of sit. I'm not. It doesn't matter what kind of genre of music it is. I'm always that guy with like the beer in one hand, my arms crossed, just like you know what I mean, just in the back. We listen to like we grew up listening to like death metal and like stuff like that. So it's like
nice.
we were like those kids,
Yeah.
But now I'm getting too old for that music too because people get violent at those shows, and I'm just not about it.
I would say, can you two-step?
No, dude.
No.
Fuck no, dude.
No.
I can't even skateboard, man.
We're super posers. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
22. I'll
my
be 23
God.
in September. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, we feel old as shit. We're
Young
almost,
buck.
we're gonna be 30 soon.
Oh man, you're telling me, man. It feels like yesterday. I was like 15.
I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to
Dude,
hear
it
it
was
from
like
you. I think I got out of bed the wrong way yesterday, and I think I almost had to go to the hospital.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
So what's in the future for you, man?
Oh, who knows? I guess time will only tell. But I obviously do have some, some hopes, goals, and ambitions.
You seem like you're always busy.
Yeah. I'm always, the thing is, I'm super passionate about what I do, but I'm also very business oriented when it comes to this because I understand when it comes to being a DJ and a musician, that's half the battle, but the other half is the business side of things, like just being able to know how to go about yourself in the industry, and just sort of like make your way up. Because, at the end of the day, my biggest goal includes like just going on tour with my music and just traveling the world just to play at some of the craziest venues. Because it's not even about the money or, that's actually one of the reasons why I wear the mask. I am one of those people, I don't care about clout or attention.
Which I thought was a really cool, humbling thing, if I may say. I mean, I think it is really cool that it's not, no disrespect, but it's like you look at like I think of like Marshmello or like Dead Mouse. It's like they're so vivacious with like their, it's like you are just like, I mean, you look like our curtains. Like you're kind of blending in right now. I would think that people are just gonna think we have schizophrenia. We're just talking to ourselves, Like it is really cool, like to keep that anonymous like nature about it, like. And you say that you feel like that makes it like, I'm sure that you could do it without.
Oh yeah.
But it's just you feel better doing it with.
It's partially that, but then it's also like it's the principle for me. Because the thing is, I actually do DJ quite a bit without the mask on at GCU, at private events that I get booked for and stuff. And I'm I'm obviously extremely comfortable engaging in conversation and being an MC and whatnot. Yeah. So that's something that I'm very used to. But again, it's sort of like the vision that I have for the Desert Hydra project. And part of that is just not caring about what other people think and like just not seeking validation from others, but rather just doing what I love and just showcasing that to other people. And
right on.
The thing is, hey, if you like what I do and you like what it is I have to offer as a DJ and a musician, then awesome. But if not, hey, it's not for everyone. That's the beautiful thing about music. It's not black and white. It's, to each his own, whatever floats your boat, I guess,
Have you ever like taken a job? Like you said, you do like quinceañeras and weddings and stuff like that. Have you ever done a job where they were like, you can't wear that?
Oh, so it's standard. I just don't show up with a mask unless I'm showing up as Desert Hydra. Actually, even sometimes when I pull up to different clubs, I won't wear the mask just because it's not really. So Desert Hydra is my alias under my bass producer and dubstep DJ alias. But outside of that, I pretty much go by DJ Dill. That's kind of what people call me, and just show up as my plain self and just do my thing and just kind of because that's where it all started. Just DJing. Like my first actual gig was my sister's graduation party. At home, just basically hanging out on Aux, doing my thing, and so generally privately I'll show up without the mask, but then whenever I show up as Desert Hydra, then that's the thing. When people see the mask, you just are to expect crazy energy, super badass music, and that's kind of the thing I'm going for.
Do you ever feel like, I don't know, like do you ever feel like eventually you're going to need the mask, like always, like people want to see it? It's just like do you ever have that fear? Like I only asked that because I know that I don't remember what podcast it was, but like a Dead Mouse. I don't even know Dead Mouse's real name. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like, but like he was talking about just like there was a while like because he was just at Coachella, but he didn't have the setup, like or he didn't have like the head on. It was him. But for a long while he was like, dude, I couldn't even. People were like, nah, dude, like you need that, or else like it's like a brand. Like do you ever worry that without the setup, like there is no work?
No, not necessarily. And actually, that's kind of one of the things that excites me about it. Like I say, I hate cocky people and I hate people that are cloud chasers. But my thing is, it's me wearing the mask this early on when this many people don't know me is sort of a statement that, hey, I actually project that I will become such a big DJ that I will need the mask, that it'll be hard for me to go out in public without other ravers recognizing me and whatnot. And that's sort of the thing I'm going for. A lot of masked DJs, I don't know why they do it, but it's not that I don't like people. It's that, I don't want people to treat me differently just because they know I'm a DJ. I want them to interact with me personally because they're interested in me as a person,
That's definitely not us, by the way. That's
So-
definitely not us.
Oh, no. Of course, of
No.
course.
I'm saying that like
Yeah.
if someone comes out, like let's just say 5 years from now, and we're just no big deal, just like the best podcast ever made ever. It's like
Right,
whatever.
right,
It's like Joe Rogan is texting like us to like come hang out with him. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And it's like if I want to be like, are you?
We got recognized in public for the first time at Spicy
at
Nudes.
Spicy Nudes, and
nice.
and I gotta tell you, both of our erections were just like, and it was funny because it went from oh, you guys are those dudes, like I really like your show, but then we also got the fan constructive criticism, and we were just like, no, fuck that.
guy.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I mean, in all honesty,
You know,
no.
when you shoot your podcast, sir. like,
Dude, I feel that everyone has something to say, but it's
Yeah.
like, dude, unless you're running it, come on, man.
So let me paint you a picture, right? Let me paint you a picture. Let's say it's 2026, you know, Coachella. You're part of the headliner, right? And you're heading over to the VIP area, and someone's just like, "Hey, no." You're like, "Oh no, it's me, it's Desert Hydra." And you're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, because you don't have the thing. Like, that's what I would be worried about if I was you. Like, it's just like some underpaid fucking security guard's just got his hand on your chest.
Yeah.
Like no. Like, that's what I'd be worried about. Like, having the mask on.
You know what's funny? Mala was just tweeting about that. He said he had that exact issue. He was trying to go backstage somewhere, and they did not believe him for the fucking life of him. He was like, "Dude, I'm this guy," and they just would not budge. So I kind of accept that. You know, I'm gonna run into that because I look like just an average regular guy, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Hey, make the call. You know?
All your pictures look hard as hell too, if I might say. I mean, you're
Thank
looking,
you. That's my favorite picture.
You're
of me
looking
right now.
straight evil. That was, yeah, dude. That was. I mean, like, I look at all these pictures of you, man, and it's just like, damn, like, you're out here, and I mean, you're consistently putting in work, and it's like, I was trying to find a specific one. There was one that I had, but so this was from the event that we were at.
Yep.
And yeah, man, you're up there just doing your thing. Like, do you feel when you're up there? Like, do you feel like the crowd, or is it just like it's just me right now?
It almost does turn into just me because the thing is I'm so invested into what's going on with the decks that it's almost hard to enjoy what's going on with the crowd a little bit. It's usually when I'm DJing for private events that I'm able to read the crowd and engage with them a little bit more. But the thing is, I just kind of let my energy and my presence and the music itself kind of speak for me. You know?
Do you ever have anyone?
It's almost like you have almost like you got like blinders on. Like
Pretty
you're just
much,
focused
pretty
on what
much.
you're doing. You know?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then people
Yeah.
enjoy it or they don't. I totally fuck with it, dude.
Yeah.
I have this nightmare scenario in my head. I've never asked this before, but like, do you ever worry that some drunk idiot's just gonna like while they're like jamming out, like it's just gonna go up there and just start fucking like doing shit for you? Like, has that ever happened before? Like, do you know of any stories that's ever happened? I think about that all the time. Like, of just some guy
Someone
fucking
runs up and ruins everything.
No, but like they don't think that. They're just like they're in the zone and they're fucking getting down, and then they're trying to be all like like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a nightmare for me.
Oh, dude, I was actually, so if you go down to where I had a Shock Fest, that was my California debut. I went back to back with my cousin and my Padawan in trading is what I call him. Bear, the DJ. And we were getting up there and we were getting super crazy, man. And then someone starts throwing water at us and it gets all over the fucking decks.
No.
And I was like, thankfully nothing happened. But the minute I saw that, I was like, oh shit, like that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But
I feel like shit gets pretty wild at some events for sure. I mean, that music, you're feeling yourself. I mean, it's kind of notorious for a specific X amount of X.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you know, it's like that was like my biggest fears. It's weird because I grew up like I'm the first to say, like, I don't fuck, like, I love like hardcore music. I would never go to a hardcore show because people are like fist fighting and like shit like that.
Yeah.
But I've seen like fucking like just in the moment situations where like you've got just some moron who's just like grabbing the leg or like trying to like hold on to the guitarist and like they're just like bah and they just like kick them. It's like, dude, if I was up there spinning and someone just got water on my shit, like I want to just turn everything off and just like stage dive off and like I would go insane. Like I would go fucking crazy.
People's elbow off.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Like that's so crazy. So this wasn't you. I've been dying to ask. Like this was not you performing. You were at this event?
Oh no, yeah. This was so my favorite DJ of all time, Murata, went back to back with Sudden Death at Hard Summer last year.
You gotta love the just the stage presence of just all the
production,
visuals
holy
and stuff.
shit.
That's what your brother did for a long time, right?
He did lights and visuals at Salt for a while.
Nice.
Yeah, he still does some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that was like the thing is like now I've watched like one video and now I get all these TikToks of just like the craziest like production of just like these big screens and like these videos look like they're like just like popping out at you and stuff like that. I mean, is there a specific, I don't even know how to ask this. Like, is there like a specific like aesthetic that you would say like, that is my brand? So it's like when I'm up there and I got the big fucking monitors and they're like, what do you want to do? Like what would you say is kind of like your aesthetic?
Man, Dragons first and foremost, you know, is something I want to go with because I just think Dragons are just badass, dude. And then any epic fight scene is something that really gets me
You
going.
were just gonna say like world star shit.
No, that's all getting knocked the fuck out.
Just some fights behind me.
No. You know, it's funny. I tell people, I'm like, dude, go crazy on my fucking shows. Like, if you guys want to tear each other apart, like you're at a death metal show, then go right ahead.
Yeah,
But no, Dragons, and then I think oh man, I gatekeep this idea that I've had, but I've always thought it would be really badass if DJs incorporated more like anime or like more fight scenes from movies into it. Because
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys know who Slushy is. And you guys like Attack on Titan by chance?
He does.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so he actually
He's the anime guy.
nice. Okay, good shit. So he actually opened with a scene from Attack on Titan, and it was like, for me personally, it was so exciting. Like I got goosebumps, man, because like it's just I don't know. There's something super badass about it, and it's obviously it's hard to match up a little bit, but I think if you do it the right way, it could be pulled off.
No, yeah, I think anime like is super like underplayed on like how hard it can go like as a visual. Like there's that one video that circulated for a while. Maybe you guys have seen it, where it's like Kakashi from Naruto fighting Obito.
Yes.
And it's playing like Suicide Boys or something in the background. That video goes so hard. And it's just, like it's just an anime video, but like that fight is so clean and so well animated that like it just brings the whole thing up like a whole other level. So yeah, no, that's why I was like really excited to go to the Spicy Nudes thing, because like I knew it was gonna be like porn and shit.
See, but like I'm way too uncomfortable with that shit. I can't do it. Like we were just watching. Are you an anime guy?
No, my brother's a weeb, but me, I just casually
But
watch.
like growing up, okay, like for example, like you like dragons, like what about like DBZ? Were you like
DBZ, Naruto, all that shit.
So like that's what I grew up like. I'm very vanilla with that shit. Like my whole thing was that I think they're called shonen animes, where they're just like protagonists fighting. Yeah. So like they call them like slice of life animes, which are just like about like like normal people doing normal things, or just like a normal idea personified because it's anime. We were just watching this show called Food Wars, or is that what it was called?
Yeah,
Food Wars, where it's just a high school that like they just cook like fucking culinary masterpieces, but it's like super extra. Like you know what I mean? Like it's as if they're going.
Like if you played it in the other room, it sounds like hentai.
Right. Like it's very fan
Because they eat it and they're like,
so,
oh my god.
yeah. Like, and so like when I went to that event, I was just like, I tried so hard, like just interviewing people and stuff like that. I'm just like, I had blinders on because I'm just like, I've never been able to fuck with like the sexy side of anime ever. Like I just, like I tell them all the time, I was like, if there's not just two people just fighting on top of a mountain, like I don't really care. Like
we got this great video at that event where it's just him staring at a screen like with a dumb look on his face, just like, and then like you pan over and it's just like full penetration.
You've been running with that with those people for a while now, yeah?
Sin?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out, by the way.
Dude, shout to motherfucking Matt from Sin, all of Sin Music.
Great guy.
Oh, they're so badass. They're such good people, so welcoming and inviting, and they're just the things that they're trying to do and accomplish in the scene is awesome, and I fully support them. And they're fucking awesome.
That's cool, man. You gotta have that click. That's the thing, and it's so weird. Like there really isn't like a podcast click. Like
no, podcast clicks usually end up being like just comedians that are already friends.
Well, we fell in love with Scaredy Cast when they came on.
We do love Scaredy Cast.
Shout out Scaredy Cast.
Nice.
I work on their show every Thursday.
Okay.
And it's just weird. Like it's just like in this kind of environment, like because with you guys, like you're always busy. Like you've got homies to help out. Like you said, like you yourself now have a little Padawan. You know, it's like there's never gonna be some 18-year-old shithead that's gonna hit us up and be like, dude, I love your stuff. It's like, can you show me how to podcast? Like that doesn't exist.
See, no, I don't think that exists, but I think there will definitely get calls like, hey, let me do some free work on your show one day. You know, like we might get some guys that want to help out.
I mean, like you heard the intro. It's so my friend Dondre made that intro.
Okay, nice.
You know what I mean? And so it's like you gotta like the biggest like thought like soup of this show is that like, you know, we're from Arizona. There's no secret to that.
Yeah.
And it's just like anything that I can do. I don't care if you're, you know, an actual artist, a DJ, a comedian. If you fucking make donuts at your like local Arizona shop, it's like, I want you on here. It's just like somehow, some way I'm going to utilize and vice versa. Like I'm a huge fan of like networking and synergy. So it's like, you know, we have you on our show. You let us take pictures at your show. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's like, I feel like, especially in the, like you said that you're not a fan. Obviously, no one's a fan of people being super cocky. I mean, we joke about it, but in all seriousness, we're super humble and we're really amazing at being humble. You know what I mean?
I get that from you guys totally, for sure.
So we fucking rock, but you know, on the DL, you know, but I feel like, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like especially in that community, there could be a lot of inflated egos. Is that true?
Oh man, that's one of the reasons why I wear the mask, man. I don't like to get too close with some people just because like the thing is, a lot of people are in this for the wrong reasons. You know, they want to
Really?
party,
Of course,
they want to chase clout. You know, they just want to hook up with people because they're a DJ. You know,
Yeah, I got into podcasting to meet women, and that hasn't worked at all.
right. Oh man, you're telling me. That's why I started wearing the mask when people were hooking up with me.
I was going to
I'm
ask
just
you,
kidding. No, I'm kidding.
are you a single guy?
Yeah, I am.
All right. You get down?
Ladies.
I keep it wet.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, hey, for all my astrology ladies out there, I am a Virgo.
Oh.
So I'm very emotionally intelligent, I'm super caring, super loving, but yeah, nothing has quite just
Are you looking for love?
no, not at the moment, man. The last thing that I was involved with didn't really work out. So right now I'm just sort of loving myself and just focusing on what's important, which includes, just the music.
So how about
stuff.
this though?
Married to the game.
How about
bro.
this? Are you familiar with the wild, beautiful land that's called Thailand?
The land of lady boys?
Yeah. Can we show you a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, check this out. You say you're not looking for love, but hey, man, I mean, check this
We
out.
saw this and we were like, we got to go to Thailand.
We gotta go to Thailand. Check this out.
have room, have condom, have KY, good take care, do everything, fuck ass, fuck pussy, suck your dick, lick your ball, lick your ass, suck long way, good job, blow job, hand job, foot job, pussy job, ass job, fuck my ass, come in my mouth, fuck my mouth, come in my ass, fuck my ass, come in my face, look in my
Jesus.
Are you sure you don't want to just go to Thailand, man? I
Oh
mean,
man. If I ever get down bad, I might have to go there. I like that. Dude, they give you options.
They give you.
You don't want listen to all the jobs they have.
Yeah,
job, blow job, hand job, foot job, pussy job,
Dude, I know you got just options for days.
She read it like a menu. She read it like you were at In-N-Out Burger. Let me get a hand job, blow job,
Animal style.
animal style. Fuck my ass, lick my balls. Yeah, that shit was crazy. You ever that don't happen in your day-to-day life?
Nah, I mean, well,
They're
not
not
at the moment.
They're not out there doing that for you.
Nah, well, okay. See, and that's
There's a little hesitation there, bro.
a little bit. No, and it is okay. I'm not gonna lie. I would be a liar if I said, because when I'm out and about at clubs just by myself, it naturally in conversations. It does come up, hey, I'm a DJ, and they're like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm Desert Hydra, and then they freak out, and it's cool, and
Oh,
it's,
nice.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know
that is the best fucking feeling of all time.
We just have dudes say that to us, like, "Oh, you're a basement dweller, dude."
Dude, it feels so good. That's why when you guys said that,
Yeah.
I totally knew what you meant. Because the thing is, like, that's again one of the long reasons why I like doing it. Because I love being able to just tell people in the middle of a conversation and then seeing their reactions. Because can't tell you how many times locals have been like, "Oh, you're that fucking guy,"
cool.
of Instagram. Because people actually found out who I was mainly through social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. And it's done really well for me. And it's a super awesome feeling whenever someone is like, hey, I recognize you and stuff like that. But then also, like I said, I wouldn't lie if I said that it's it's nice to get that attention from people. And
But you're not.
We
fishing.
understand. It happens
not
from
at all.
time to time.
No, not at all. Yeah, hey, you know what I mean? Especially when I'm attracted to someone and
Yeah.
you tell them and
Oh.
and then they're feeling me and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
We're the dogs here. Don't worry.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We understand how it is. Like, yeah, sometimes you get the right attention. I get it.
Yeah, no, and see, that's the thing, man. One of my love languages is words of affirmation, but it's got to be genuine. See, that's the thing. Me being an empath, I can really pick up on people's energy and vibes. So I know when someone's bullshitting me or not. You know what I mean? So it's like, it means a lot when someone actually shows that like they genuinely have some interest in you.
Do you really feel? So, question, and I'm definitely not trying to. I'm just curious. You feel like you could definitely kind of read a room? For sure.
100%. 100.
Really?
When I walk into a room, see, I'm a very observant person, so I do a lot of watching, and I just kind of, not that I'm like staring at people, like just kind of checking out the vibe of the room. You know what I mean? And then even in my conversation, I could just kind of tell what's going on with the conversation. It's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes I overanalyze things, but yeah, I can definitely pick up on that.
Well, you
kind of
definitely have a handicap for it because I can't even tell who the fuck you're looking at right now. So I was actually gonna say this reminds me of the Halloween episode where I got too fucking high. Christian was wearing a witch doctor, not witch doctor, a fucking plague doctor mask, like the bird with the big,
the long nose. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh, let's just let's get stoned and let's fucking giggle and stuff like that. We were doing the episode, and the way that the camera worked, I mean, like we've messed around with the cameras a lot. But at one point we were doing like the newsroom, kind of like what we're doing now, but like it was just two of us. So like we kind of like sit like this, and like I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm trying to like bounce ideas off and just be stupid. You're stoned, shit like that. but like he's laughing, but I can't see his face. So I don't know if he's just like
It's just dark bird face.
So we were like 20 minutes in. We were like 20 minutes in, and I was like, "We gotta cut, dude." Like, I don't know, like,
This is too much.
yeah, it's way too much. So, but like after the show,
Yeah,
you keep it on until you go home.
pretty much. That's kind of it's just me marrying the brand and the vision. You know,
You drink.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You keep it on when you drink.
Oh, that's the funny thing,
do
bro.
that?
I gotta lift it up just a little bit. You know what I mean? And I've had a few of my friends go, "Oh, I can see your fucking face," and I'm like, "Bro, just leave me alone."
Yeah.
It's got me like turning away from people and
So
shit.
you can like just because I see you have a vape in your hand right now, so you can actually hit your vape through the mask.
Yeah. Wait, so is the camera on me? I
Yeah.
don't even know. Okay.
Yeah. So it does like the cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love it, bro. And it's nice to puff on. And usually I have a pen on me, but the thing is with my shows, like if I smoke too much, like, oh, dude, my mind goes blank. You know, you guys know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Christian is not a weed smoker for the most part.
I like quit weed for the longest time because I had a horrible experience with an edible.
Oof.
And I almost murdered somebody.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I just quit it for a while, and like just recently, now that I moved in with him, I'm like, look, dude, like I just gotta be in like a good vibe, you know. I gotta not have anything to do tomorrow, and then I'll try it. And then like so we've been kind of experimenting with that.
Nice.
And I realized I could take a lot more edibles than I thought I could.
Dude, this guy. So I didn't know. I thought it was all like the same. Like it's like booze. Like everyone who says like, "Oh, I got a high tolerance," it's like okay, but like you know, that's beer. You know what I mean? Like you take 3 shots of whiskey, you're on the floor. You know, like, I didn't think that the same principle applied to weed. Because like for the record, it's like this guy take 2 puffs of a joint and he's fucking. You know, this
Going
guy
to
ingested
bed.
like 25 milligrams of gummies. And I'm floored at 10, right? Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, fine, whatever. And while he's telling me that, I'm just like, he's all, like, I'm like, what? What's happening? But like, yeah, I can't. I'm definitely, neither of us are like a,
You know what's funny is like I mentioned that to my sister the other day. Like I was like, yeah, I took 25 milligrams and it like wasn't anything for me. Like I don't know what the situation is with that. And she was just like, that's not a lot.
Oh,
I
fuck
was like,
you.
what? She was like, I buy like 500 milligram candy bars.
Yeah, fuck
I was
you.
like, you eat the whole fucking thing? Like,
Yeah, I
shut
don't
up.
care. I hate when people do that. I don't know. Like I can't handle those people either. The ones that are just like, oh, you're such a lightweight with weed. It's like, yeah, save money, bitch. Like what the fuck? Like, do you dabble before the show? You smoke weed before the show?
Oh man, so my pen has been clogged like a motherfucker. So I have not been able to hit that shit, and thankfully I didn't because you know I might have been all right, but you know sometimes it's like hit or miss. You know if I smoke a little too much, you know I call it getting high and scared. You know, like, just cannot talk to people to save my fucking life. But yeah, no, you know I'm a pretty regular user at the moment. I'm not smoking as much as I used to because you know it's expensive, and then I'm just trying to like get shit done, and sometimes. When I smoke too much, I just want to like just hang out and eat shitty food all day. You know,
Is that your weakness? Is munchies?
Oh, dude, hard, man. People don't know this. I used to be like really big and stuff back in high school. I was like just, you know, I'm kind of short. So like I was just like well over like 210 pounds, you know what I mean? Just chubby as fuck. And that was my thing, man. I'm a fat kid at heart, you know. Like whenever I'm feeling down, man, I go straight to like some sort of junk food, man.
What's
just
the
to make me feel
go-to?
better.
What's the go-to? All right, hold on. Let's do another one. It's my favorite game recently. Let's call it paint a picture again, right?
All right.
You got nothing to do. There's no shows. No one's gonna hit you up. Like you're at home. You got a night to just off. You're gonna smoke a nice, just a fatty fucking joint. You're stoned as fuck. What hits the spot?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys have ever had carne asada fries.
Oh come
Oh
on.
yeah. What?
I'm the poster child of carne asada fries. Look at me, bro. What the fuck? Yeah.
This guy, we went to. Do you know Tom Segura?
Yeah.
So we went to go see him live one year, and my mom picked us up because we were drunk as fuck, and we got some carne asada fries. And he texted me the next morning, and he's like, "Bro, like, I woke up." He's like, "I was naked and I had a half-eaten carne asada fries on my stomach."
Yeah, so that was my 21st birthday. That wasn't Tom Segura. So that was after.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
my
I'm
21st
sorry.
birthday.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
and I just, you know, being 21 and stupid, I was like, okay, it's fine. I got to work at 7 a.m. the next morning. Like, who fucking cares? I'm gonna go out and party till 3, whatever. But the last thing I remember, I don't think the bar's there anymore. It moved. What's the place now? It's in Mesa. Davian played it. Endgame. Is it Endgame?
Endgame. Yep.
Endgame. Yeah. So it used to be on Mill Avenue. Back in the day, and I remember spilling my drink. And they were like, yeah, you got to go. And I was like, okay, that's the last thing I remember.
wow.
And then I vaguely remember him doing like the soldier carry down the stairs. And he's just like, we're going to get you into my mom's house or my mom's car. And then, yeah, straight up, like I just woke up, like, you know, one of those things, you know?
Dude,
Dude, I had the fork, like I didn't move. Like that's how fucking stable I was. Like I literally got naked. I got naked. And then there was just on my tummy, there was just carne asada fries. Yeah, dude, that's the best. Right now.
But let me ask you, did you warm it up after and eat it?
Dude,
in the morning?
I'm a soldier, dude.
Hell yeah. Dude, I gotta finish that
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Yeah, because I'll tell you this much. You know what I'd rather have than fucking microwave fries? Cold fucking fries. I hate microwave
no
fries.
way.
Yeah,
You eat
nasty.
cold food.
Yeah, dude, it's
Oh,
nasty.
man.
I hate microwaving French fries again. Right now, I would say my biggest like munchie is cereal. And
Interesting.
Like I'd like
Okay.
Fruit Loops. Like when I was with my mom, like I lived with my mom before I moved into this house, and yeah, dude, almost every day, just a big ass fucking bowl of Fruit Loops. I would say now, honestly, I'm basic. Like if there's snacks, like I can't make like because I get in my head about like, okay, let's just say I was just like, okay, I gotta drive to Federico's. I gotta put on I gotta sound normal when I order. You know what I mean? I gotta fucking drive back home. You know, it's like it gives me anxiety. So now I'm just like, what can I eat out of a bag? The other day, I ate a fucking can of cold raviolis like a homeless person.
Holy
Like
shit.
it's like a fucking train hobo, like in my room, like a feral fucking goblin. Like so, I think with me, dude, it's literally like just like the my munchie meal is just the thought of eating. Like I don't even have one anymore. Like, but I won't put any effort into it. I'm too afraid to cook because I feel like I'll burn the house down. I don't want to cut. Like I don't want to cut veg. I'll fucking cut my fingers off. Like you know what I mean?
Dude, I feel that. And it depends on the day, right? Like
Right.
whenever I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have I always call it the fat fuck special.
Yeah.
Whenever I go out and just
I like
ball
this.
out on some food.
Yeah.
I always think to myself, like, all right, man, like what sounds good? And then I like cycle through different like junk foods and I'm like, all right, that one hits for some reason. So like I'm just going with that. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the cereal, man, I'm a big Captain Crunch guy. Original Captain Crunch.
Like the peanut butter one?
no, original.
Oh,
Like
it's
the
like-
regular.
Okay.
The yellow one?
Yes.
Dude,
Gotcha.
you gotta cut your mouth open, bro. I hate that shit, dude. Anything, you know, it's a psycho move. You know, is one of my exes. She was like, my favorite munchie meal is not even PB&J. It's straight up just like 3 spoonfuls of peanut butter. I'm like, you're a psychopath. Like I could barely swallow.
Jeez.
Like I could just like I was like because I'm so fucking stoned, and you're gonna just put peanut butter. So Captain Crunch, my boy.
That's tough.
The other day I said I liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and he was like, that's an old man cereal.
That is an old man cereal.
That dude, I was gonna. Damn, Loki, that's my second favorite.
Yeah, that's a
I love
fucking.
Cinnamon Toast
That's a
Crunch.
boring. That's like saying Frosted Flakes. That shit's boring. Dude.
I don't know. This is coming from the
Nah,
guy
dude,
that ate
that's a
cold
shit take,
ravioli.
bro. Yeah.
I'm out here eating like a British person, fucking beans and toast, bitch. Like,
Support the show. Patreon.com/BasementDwellerProductions. Thank you all so much for the support. And now more of the Basement Dwellers.
And we're back.
and we're back with Desert Hydra. You guys don't know, but we got to see what he looks like. You guys don't get to see what he looks like. That's the privileges of being in a podcasting universe. I get to see underneath the mask. It's like I'm fucking talking to Bruce Wayne. It's like I know. It's like I'm Commissioner Gordon, and I know you're Bruce. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. There has to be some kind of like inspiration from like heroes or like do you feel like a super, like in a weird way, it's like I feel like a fucking superhero right now, right? Like
Oh, 100%. Totally. It feels so badass when I get to do this because I just think it's cool. Like, me personally, I've always been like intrigued by mystery. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on there? You know what I mean? I always like to know the answer to things. So I know it kind of like slightly drives people crazy. And personally, I love it because I can't tell you how many times I've been at a fucking club and people are like, "What do you look like? Take off the mask for me." And I'm like, "Sorry, like,
dude, you are fucking Batman. You're gonna start getting fucking getting like Joker threats. You're just like, I'm gonna make sure you never work in this town again unless you reveal yourself, Desert Hydra. The world needs to know. If you could have one superpower, what would be your superpower?
Oh man, to be able to read minds.
Oh, that's such a curse to me.
I know.
You would do that?
It's again.
What if it hurt your feelings though, bro?
that's-
Would you address it? Like what if you were like like, okay, let's say you went on a date and the whole time, like in the girl's mind, she's like, I don't fuck with this guy. Like, I'm just here for the dinner. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, I don't like him. Like, do you keep going? Because you can't tell them that you could read minds. That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh no, I just like switch up. You know what I mean? I just react based off of that. You know, because my big thing is like just working with what I find out. So like, if I'm in the middle of a conversation and someone's not fucking with it, I'll come out with like an excuse, like, "Oh, I left my meatloaf in my dishwasher. I gotta go check on that."
I feel like I would let that shit slip so quick.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I think you have a unibrow, bitch. I'm leaving.
Yeah. I would totally. Like, that's the thing is like if I had superpowers, I think step number 1 is to tell Christian that I have to, like, immediately. Like, I would just, I would have to. I don't know, Christian, what would be your superpower?
I want to fly.
Just, like, that's
Nice,
it.
Nice.
I just want to fly, but like I feel like that's one of those things. Like flying sounds fun in theory, but like you don't think about like the bugs and the smog.
So okay, but like let's say in all these scenarios, let's do like Watchmen style, like where it's just like, okay, you can fly, but like let's say you take a nasty spill, you're still kind of like a superhuman. So like though you're not like invincible, you can kind of take a beating a little bit. You'd still fly.
Yeah.
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 I've always wanted to either be. I've always been obsessed with like the Hulk or like, you know what I mean, like just like super muscles.
Yeah.
But also like I asked you because like my favorite, I don't know why, like my favorite superpower of all time comes from. You ever watch My Hero Academia?
No, I've heard about it. A lot about it.
But so you know what it is, though.
Yeah.
So, but like, there's a character in there named Present Mike, and his whole thing, his only ability is that he just is loud.
Yeah.
Like he just fucking like he's just like a fucking human amp, like an amplifier. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Always wanted to do that. Just wanted to be like, ah! It's just like fucking. Like, I always thought that was the coolest shit. But like, there's some powers that I feel like could be used for evil, and the mind reading one for sure. Like if I could read minds, 100%, I'm playing World Star Poker. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna work for the fucking like the CIA to interrogate people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When I look at you, I just think like that. You look like a Mortal Kombat character, bro. Like, you look
Oh,
mysterious
dude,
as
that's
fuck.
such a big comp. Thank you. Wow, holy shit,
Like,
that
you
means a lot.
Like, you just look cool as shit. Like, that's like the thing is like when you were putting the getup, I was like, man, he's fucking cool.
Thank you. No, thank you. And that actually, that's just like, that's who I am. I'm very calm and collected, but me having a wrestler's background, if I need to pop off on someone, I'll
Wrestling
definitely-
fan, WWE fan.
Oh, no, not all. You know what? Man, I say this like sad. Well, not sadly, but my parents were hella strict growing up. So like I was not allowed to watch shit like that. Well, because you know how it is with the chicks getting up there doing like the lesbian wrestle offs and shit. Like, my parents were like, nah, dude, like that is not cool. Hella bubbled, but it's okay, man. I'm like partially thankful for it. So missed the wave, but I mean, it is what it is. It's all good.
I think we should start getting luchador masks.
Well, what I was gonna say, we were talking about earlier about how like putting the mask on kind of gives you like the blinders to like kind of focus on what you're about to do. So I would, like I said, I was also. Did you wrestle in college or just high school?
Just high school.
Okay, yeah. So same with me. Like,
Yeah.
I remember like the worst thing when I would before a match was if I saw the guy that I was supposed to wrestle.
Yeah.
Before I actually wrestled him.
Interesting.
I remember that would piss me off. I don't know why, but like it was just one of those things. Like if I saw him, I was like, it's like I don't know if maybe I would like see like, oh, dude's bigger than me, or oh, dude looks faster than me, or what. But I just remember like seeing that. I'd be like, it would like motivate me more, but it would also be like I'm mad that happened. Like that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. What would you say?
What do you mean? Oh, like it's just like it's like an in your head thing. It's
Just
kinda
like seeing your competition, or
kind
like,
of
Yeah.
like it's kind of in a way. Like, I guess like how could I reciprocate that? Is like the worst. I will say because I was a part of it for a long time. I think the worst community of all time is fucking comedians. Because so keep in mind like you're at a like put yourself in your own shoes where it's just like you're a DJ. You're sometimes you're paid to be there. Sometimes you're there for the love of the game. But you're all fucking homies. You know what I mean? It's just like for the most part. Even if you're not homies, like you're like, oh, what's up? My name's so and so. Like, oh, cool. Like I'm Desert Hydra. Like, oh, cool, man. Now put yourself in the situation where it's just like, okay, every single day of my life, I'm clocking out of work. I'm taking the LA Metro to downtown LA. I'm doing 3 to 4 open mics a night. I'm fucking bombing. I just, the reason why is because the only audience in an open mic is other comedians.
Oh shit.
And so when you like imagine let's say you open, right? And then there's another DJ after you and they're just the biggest asshole to you because they're afraid that there's a talent scout out there that's like, I'm going to book Desert Hydra. Like I'm going to put him on a fucking world tour. In the comedian mindset, not always, but from what I've experienced is just like, I'm not going to laugh at your jokes because if I laugh, other people might laugh and they might find you funnier than me. And so it's like, to your example is like, I hated even being in the room of the open mic until it was my turn.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yes. Or it's like when I was in a band in high school. It's like in a way where it's just like, yeah, it's maybe nerves. I think that's what it comes down to is like, do you ever feel like, I mean, I'm sure you're a fucking artist. So it's just like you get off the stage and people, freaked out. They thought it was awesome, but you're like, that could have been better.
Oh,
I'm sure you
100%. Yeah, that's exactly how the community is, and not only am I my own biggest critic, that, unfortunately part of the reason why I don't get super close with everybody is just because it's a trust issue. A lot of people silently hate on you, and then they'll like talk about you behind your back, like to other people privately. And the funny thing is, people don't realize that everyone talks, and then some people like me, they pay attention. So I don't speak on it and I don't act on it, but I just personally like keep an arm's distance between me and a lot of different DJs, just because for one, I don't want to associate with you if I know you're talking shit behind my back, or if you silently are like rooting against me.
It's a shitty feeling.
It is. And the thing is, everyone daps me up after my show. Hey, it's a DJ's favorite line is, "What a great set, man." Yeah. But then the minute you walk away, they turn around and just talk shit about like a bad transition or like a song selection. And the shitty thing is that I am the least like competitive person out there. My biggest competitor is myself, really. Sure. I'm sure you feel like, I felt this with being a comedian. Like, you just want to be the funniest guy for yourself, and hey, people laugh at my jokes, great. If you don't think it's funny, shut the fuck up and I'll know to move on from that joke.
Well, I think my whole thing is too, with any kind of creative sphere, is more so like, I would, if Christian comes to me after the show and it's just like, hey man, that was a cool show, but I noticed that you like talked over the guest, or you were kind of rambling, or stuff like that. That's fine. He's allowed to do that because he's my fucking friend. Yeah. If some fucking I don't know you, and they're like, oh, you could be doing this better. I'm like, I'm about to fucking kill you. Like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that constructive criticism is always fucking awesome. Unfortunately, we all of us in this room put ourselves out there on the internet to get constructive criticism from strangers, but that's my kryptonite.
Yeah.
It's yeah, man. Nobody likes it, but you need it.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so hard for me to take it, but like, I understand it's like necessary. But the thing is, like, I think people also are like afraid of, giving out that constructive criticism. But that's why I'm the first one. Whenever I go to another DJ, they're like, "Oh, great set, man." I'm like, "Oh, well, actually, I fucked up a few times, and this and that." So I
take it on the chin, like,
pretty much. Yeah,
like beat him to the punch on it.
Yeah.
Basically, if I put it out there, I'm hoping, they're like, hey, like, yeah, I would hope that a friend of mine would be like, hey, man, like, yeah, like, get your shit together. Because I'm the type of person where if you call me out, like, it'll light a fire under my ass, and make me work on that kind of stuff. But like, yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, yeah, like you said, like, you give the example of the guy who, like, oh, great set, and then oh, he had a shitty transition. Like, even though that sucks to hear and it's gonna make you a little mad, like, you're still gonna go back and be like, well, what the fuck was it about this transition? That
definitely.
Yeah. No, that's what drives me insane. It's just like, it's hard because, again, like, you're supposed to, like, this is what it's all about, and people are allowed to say whatever they want. I just think my worry is that it goes from me being my biggest critic to becoming paranoid that other people are just like like the example I always say is, like, I've posted like one YouTube short of this show, right? Mm-hmm. It's just us being silly, like listening to, like, we have like voice changers on this thing. Oh, and nice. So like we put on like the sexy, like low voice. We're like, damn, like stuff like that. And like, we're like listening to music and shit like that. There was one guy that fucking commented that was just like, I guess podcasting's not for everybody. Oh, I wanted to find where that kid lived and ruin his life. Like, I wanted to like, I wanted to like slash his tires. I wanted to fucking sign him up to go to the military. Like, like, I wanted to fucking ruin that kid. But like, that's just how it is. Like, and that guy just fucking, who fucking cares? But it's like, I care. And it drives me crazy. So it's like putting yourself out there like in the public like that. We're in our own dweller sphere. You know what I mean? Like, we control what goes on in this show, but like, you can't control what goes on out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't imagine anyone's ever been like, yo, that shit sucked. Like, no one's done that, right?
No, definitely not. I mean, at least not to my face.
Yeah.
And I just, I would hope though, hey, if there's any other DJs watching this, if I fuck up, let me know, and then I'll think about it. Obviously,
all night.
Pretty much. Hey, it goes a long way, and I take it. I just kind of turn the other cheek in the sense that I try to take constructive criticism as best I can.
Well, that's good.
People aren't giving it out. I'm definitely thinking about it. I'm always thinking about, hey, how can I improve my sets? How can I become a better DJ and a better musician? You know, that's just kind of one of the things that I'm always focused on.
Honestly, that's a great skill to have. You know, like it's to be humble and accept that humility. You know, is like. Because yeah, like we mentioned, I mean, I can't imagine there has to be an endless stream of just douchebags in every community. I mean, we're also two big nerds. I mean, we play Warhammer 40,000, we play Magic the Gathering, like, and there's fucking douchebags there too. You know what I mean? Like, you can never escape it. But I think that it's all about being humble, right? I mean,
yeah, there's like an old saying. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, but it's something like, you know, he who thinks he's achieved perfection ceases to grow.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
I like
forget
that.
who
I like
said
that.
it. But it's like, it's true. You know, like if you think you're already like big shit, and it's like, you're never going to get better because you think you've reached the top, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, you take the good with the bad, you know, no matter what, if someone's going to be shitty about what you're doing, or if they have actual constructive criticism for you, it's like, no matter what, you're going to take, you know, little pieces of what people are giving you, because you got to, you know, you're always trying to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, one of the quotes that I heard that has not left my mind ever since I heard it was, the biggest room in the world is the one for improvement. You know, there's always room to grow. There's always room to improve. And so I'm the first to say, hey, like, I'm not a perfect DJ. I might have good sets, but like, I go around telling people, hey, it won't be a Desert Hydra set unless I fuck up at least once, you know?
so let me ask you this. How do you handle, you know, being in live music? You know, like I said, I was in a band. I've had mess ups, you know, wrong notes or, you know, technical malfunctions. I mean, when those things happen to you, I mean, what is your plan of action to kind of either correct it or just to kind of not beat yourself up too bad? I mean, like, let's just say like you have a situation where I think it happened at the show that we met you at, that the first DJ, which I apologize, their name escapes me, but they couldn't even get like their shit to run. Yeah, like,
it was I mean, do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was Aries Rabbit, I think it was.
Yeah,
whoever
yeah.
opened it and their set, I they couldn't play for like a good 10 minutes. It's just
snap.
like so when that happens, I mean, like, what is the process in your brain of just like progress? Like, you
Man.
know what I'm asking?
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the biggest things I struggle with. You know, first and foremost, I'm like, hey, just move on to the next transition and just focus on that. But I'm not going to lie, it beats me up and eats me up from the inside out anytime I fuck up really badly. Because and part of the reason why sometimes I mess up is because I'm wearing the mask and it's dark in these clubs and I can't see shit. So I have to set up the controller to make sure that it's prepared the way I need it to be. And sometimes, like, you know, inevitably I'll miss a thing or two. And so I'll try to do like a chop or a transition and then it'll fuck up. And I'm like, oh shit. And then it bugs me because the thing is, it's the Virgo in me. I strive for perfection. And so if it's not perfect, you know, actually some of my close friends have heard me just vent to them after every single show. Like, oh man, like this fucked up or that didn't happen. And they're like, dude, what are you talking about? Like I had fun at your set. Like that was dope.
Yeah, that's why I have him. We've been best friends since, you know, high school, like right after high school. So we've been best friends for over like 11 years now.
Nice.
But it's just like every time, like you'll leave, like, was that a good set? Or was that a good show?
I feel that.
Did I do it? No, man, you're good. Are you sure?
And then he keeps asking me.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell him shit. He just the shit that he's digging for. You know, the shit he doesn't want to hear, but he secretly wants to hear.
I
was like, you were way too loud that whole show. You know? You cut that dude every time he started. You cut that dude off every time he started talking.
He just knows how to fuck with me, and it's
That's
just
so
like
funny.
it's so fucking like. And so yeah, like I agree. Like so, I'm a Libra.
Okay,
and so
nice.
so from what I've been told, like my whole thing is just like, look, I just want everyone to take me seriously when I want to be serious.
Yeah.
But then also when I'm being a silly goose, understand that I'm being silly. And don't
I'm
think,
a Leo.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
this
nice.
fucking
I run this shit.
Yeah, this fucking
all
guy.
right?
Yeah, this fucking King Midas over here, dude. So where you know, we'll go in the future again. You know, it looks like you're doing a lot of work. It looks like through word of mouth alone, you've got some big plans set up, and it looks like you're also promoting yourself like a motherfucker, which is awesome. Kudos to you for that, really.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, where if you could go to like one country, like I don't know if there's like a specific country that is like a specific festival, but it's just like, where is kind of like your dream location? I guess I could say, where's your second? Because I know number one is Thailand after that video. So,
How about? Let me change your question.
Yeah, yeah.
A little. What's your dream event?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of huge EDM events. Like,
Right.
what would be like the one that you could work and you'd be like, I fucking made it, man.
Oh man. Shit. Honestly, yeah, there's a few different spots I would love to play at. You know, Rampage in Belgium, I just found out about, is badass. That's like one of their biggest dubstep shows out there. that would be fucking dope. I've always wanted to play in just some badass venue, but quite honestly, if I will feel like I have achieved what I wanted to as an artist when I become a headliner and when I can go on tour with one of my albums. But like even something as simple as playing at like Coachella Fest or a big Insomniac show would mean the world for me, because people don't know this. I mentioned it. I'm actually from the city where they host Coachella Fest, and they're known for putting on some of their locals. So it would mean the world for me if I could play there. But I mean, honestly, like, yeah, if I got to play like an Insomniac set, and I headline, honestly, once you become a headliner, I feel like that's kind of, that's as high as you can go. You know what I mean? Because when you're playing like, Murata, Subtronics, even like guys like Kaiwachi or Excision, like when you're playing at their caliber, you've pretty much made it.
Dude, I remember in high school, the one and only time I did Molly. I went to an Excision show, and I'll never forget because we were late. And so they had an opener, but it was like we got there right as Excision was like setting up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, it was like a fucking movie. It was like right as it started to kick in. My friend goes, "Oh, dude, we're right by a speaker," and I was like, "What?" And this, like, I was just like, "Oh," like it's so fucking crazy. Like it takes a special kind of person to have to be a part of that stuff, dude. Like I don't know if it's just because I'm an old man now, but like I mean, fuck. I mean, there's still like you got like what are the names, like Swedish House Mafia? Those dudes are like getting up there, and it's like like they're still slamming that shit. Like what the fuck? Like I don't know how you guys do it, honestly. Like it just seems like, I mean, you got to be a night person for sure. Would you say that you're a night person?
Oh yeah. I actually mentioned, I had a tough time getting over here because I just took on a new graveyard shift. I work from like 1 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon.
Oh my goodness.
And it's tough. But the thing is, I struggle with insomnia quite a bit. So I'm up till like, sometimes I won't even sleep till past 6 a.m., when I'm stressed out. So like, I'm just kind of used to it. You know what I mean? When I was younger, for some reason, I used to sleep a lot. Maybe it's when I realized how depressed and anxious I am that I started to struggle with sleep,
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely consider myself a night owl.
That's this guy. I mean, I'm such an old man. I mean, I'm in bed by like 10:30.
Love
because
that
he
for
works
you.
nights too. Like he gets off at like
I don't work that shift though.
no, but I mean he gets off at like 1 a.m.
Okay.
So it's like
pretty late,
yeah. So but it's just like I mean there's been days definitely where I'm just like, all right, good night, man, and then I wake up at like 7 a.m. I'm like, hey, good morning, man, and he just hasn't gone to bed yet. Like it's fucking crazy. Like I haven't pulled an all nighter like that since like. No, I mean there was one time recently. I don't know. Were we living here when we stayed up? I stayed up pretty late recently, but my whole thing is that I have this weird thing where if I don't get up at like 9 a.m. at the latest, I feel like my whole day's fucked. Even though I'm not doing anything. Because the way that my job works, I have 3 days off. I work 4 10-hour shifts, so I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yep.
So it's like, I got 3 days to do whatever the fuck I want. But like if I don't get up at 9,
Yeah.
like if I wake up at like 9:30, I'm like, I'm a piece of shit, dude. Like I fucking didn't,
I feel that, man.
And that's why I feel so bad because Davian always hits me up and it's just like, he's always just like, oh, you got to come to my show. Yeah. Dude, I'm like, oh, cool. When do you go on? He goes, oh, I go on at like 11:30. I'm like, God, my man. Fucking, like, you got me fucked up, dude. Like, are you serious? And then he's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm in Mimi's right by that time, dude. God damn. I don't know how you guys do it. Honestly. And it's so energetic. Like, I like bands. I love going to live shows and stuff like that. But, like house music, dubstep, all that shit. Like, it's just such another level. I have always wanted to go to like, have you ever gone to like EDC or anything like that?
Yeah, I have. I love EDC, man. It's super awesome. I kind of call it like the Coachella Fest of EDM music.
How many days? It's 2 days?
3 days. And they go. That's one of the very few festivals that will go till 6 in the morning. So they're up all fucking night.
6 in the goddamn morning.
It's crazy. And that's me personally, man. By the end, I'm a fucking zombie, dude.
Yeah.
Just in there, oh, fuck, just ready to go back to the hotel or wherever it is I'm
I
staying.
don't know how people do that shit, man. Because we have friends. We have friends that like will go to those things and be like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I haven't slept. I barely drank water.
Oh, man.
It's just like, how, dude?
I always think of like...
How do you do that? You have kids, bro.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Yeah, man. Like I've heard I've watched nightmare situations. Like on Hulu, there was like a documentary about like the Woodstock '99 or whatever.
Oof, yeah.
And it was just like under budgeted, like people just intense. Like I can't. Like I'm the kind of dude. It's like if I'm gonna commit to EDC, like I gotta make sure like the hotel's locked down. Like you got me from this time to this time. And I've heard people are some pretty big fucking ballers there, dude. Have you ever seen like the receipts from like bottle service and shit at EDC?
Holy shit.
We're
man.
talking like thousands and thousands of dollars. Have you seen these, Christian?
I have not.
Oh my God. My Aunt Sarah, she they live in Vegas. And yeah, like after EDC, they like I mean the streets are just littered with fucking trash. You know what I mean? Like it's just how it is. But like if you look at like the receipts and shit like that, like they're all over the fucking like let's see.
I think I saw something ridiculous, like a few $100,000
Oh,
or
dude,
some
it,
shit.
it doesn't even fucking
Oh my
compare.
God.
Yeah, it doesn't even compare. Yeah, like this one right here.
$34,000.
Yeah,
Yup.
look at this, $100,000 bottle.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, and then the service charge. So that's whatever that team is tipped. They got tipped 46 grand. Like, and yeah, she was like, yeah, I was just walking down the street and I see this shit.
That says $277,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my God.
Isn't that crazy?
For what?
That's what I'm saying. Like so like I know we're kind of I totally remember that I was going to ask this question.
For
Like
2 bottles of Absolute Ilex, what does that say?
I don't fucking know, dude.
$3,300 for 2 bottles of vodka, bro.
Yeah,
what I'm
it's,
saying.
it's insane. Like yeah, it's
My whole ass.
let's
bro.
see. Let's look at the bottle menu. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see, but let's see.
Johnny Walker Blue, $1,500.
Don Julio, 1942 Extra, $1,300.
Nah, bro.
That kind of music kind of brings a
I'm
pretty
sneaking shit in at that point.
because it's an experience, right? Like that's like the whole thing, right? It's like an experience.
You know, and that's the funny. There's a bit of a spectrum when it comes to this experience. You have the big ballers, the people
Yeah.
with money, and then you've got the wooks, bro, who eat like one chicken nugget for the entire fucking weekend, bro, and they're good.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
They're
our friends.
chilling. Yeah, man.
That's our fucking friends.
That's my
burners,
brother,
dude.
dude. That's fucking salud.
Yup.
He's
Yup.
like, yeah, dude, you just gotta live that wook life.
Yeah.
You know, just
What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, but 277 grand on a weekend, like I always say, like man, that'd be awesome.
wooks, dude. They're like those like hippies that like. Why are they called wooks? Is that like it's like Wookiee? Like they look like Wookiees or
No, so that comes from, and man, the EDM community is gonna
Educate
come
us
from
real
my
quick.
throat right now if I mess this up. So a wook is someone that is just like balls deep into EDM. They don't give a fuck about like where they're at, what they're wearing, what they're doing. They're just there for the vibes, for the music. For Plur, you know, we're very big on Plur.
What
you
is
know.
that?
what is plur?
So that stands for peace, love, unity, and respect.
Fuck you, you fucking Gen Zer. Are you serious, dude? I feel so fucking old with this shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, get the fuck out of here
That's
with
the
that
thing,
shit.
man. We're big on that,
What
dude.
the fuck is a plur? Someone come up to me and just be like, "Oh, dude, he's all fucking plurred out." I'd
I'm
be
glad,
like,
I'm glad you cleared that
Yeah,
up
no,
because I remember
seriously.
seeing T-shirts and shit like that said plur, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But every time I see a colorful T-shirt with some word, I don't know what it is. I'm just like, that's got to be some rare.
"Yeah, dude, I
shit.
had to." You know what's crazy is in one day, right? I have a little brother he's 15. He's gonna be 15, right? And I remember texting him. I'll never forget. I screenshotted it because I was like, "Damn, it's time." Because I was like, "Hey," I texted him at like midnight. I was like, "What does Riz mean?" like what is Riz? And in the same day, I caught myself. My fucking like someone sent me a meme, and I straight up did like the fucking. Like, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like I'm getting old. Fucking get out of here."
And now
plur.
we use that word every day.
Oh yeah, dude. We're gonna be like, "You plurred up today, bro?" Like,
Yup,
yeah,
yup.
me and Christian are gonna fight for our lives to keep our youth.
We're gonna be those old guys.
yeah, dude, for sure, dude.
It's like, hello, fellow children.
Dude, it was fucking awesome to have you on, dude. This has been so incredible. Seriously, thank you for driving out to meet
Yeah,
with us
yeah.
here and to answer all of our apparently our old man questions because we didn't know fucking shit about this. I'm shocked to hear that you were 22 years old. I envy that. I wish I was doing this when I was 22. I'm sure Christian can agree. The fact that you are out here doing what you're doing at such a young age, I mean, it's incredible.
yeah, dude.
I mean, it's so cool. And I mean, I hope that more people, you know, the younger side listen to this and feel the same way. I genuinely think the secret is that A, there's no such thing as a dumb idea when it comes to your passions.
Yep.
And B, when you have that thought at the young age, it's just time to go. Like you gotta fucking do it. You don't want to be 45 and be like, fuck, I wish I would have started DJing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And I think that's super awesome, man. So, where can we find you at?
Anywhere online, all my socials pretty much read Desert Hydra. It'll say like Desert.Hydra, Desert_Hydra. So look that up. If you see a masked man on there with some dubstep and shit, then that's me, man.
Hell yeah. And any upcoming shows anyone can get tickets for or should be aware of?
Oh, not at the moment. I have something cooking later at the end of the year, which is going to be badass. So just honestly, the best place to check out any of my stuff, honestly, any of my socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok. You know, I post about some of my stuff on there. So just keep an eye out, keep updated, and just stay on the lookout.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, luckily because we own the podcast, I get to hear about it. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to hear about it, but patreon.com/BasementDwellerProductions. You might be maybe you pay me $10 a month. I'll just give you the inside of our guests' information. If that sounds enticing. Nah, man. As always, Christian, I love you so very much. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey.
Love you too, buddy.
Anything else on your end? Any other boomer questions you want to ask our young, youthful, fucking DJ, awesome dude that's not us?
So
Here we go.
earlier you said you were a Glover.
Ooh, yeah.
What is that?
Oh, you come on! Remember?
Oh, you guys don't know what it's.
Dude, it's the fucking.
I'm hoping it's not what I think it is.
It's this thing. It's the
that
fucking.
thing?
Yeah. It's the fucking.
Oh god,
yeah.
I haven't done this in so long, dude.
Here,
Oh, here, hold it up. Yeah, hold it up a little
higher.
bit. Yeah,
a little higher. Okay,
a
wait.
little higher. Let's see.
Okay,
All right,
so-
go ahead. Do it. I'll get you some ambiance music. Ready?
Oh. You guys got me under the pressure right now.
That was awesome.
You guys are hilarious, man.
Yeah, that's
No,
fucking
yeah,
sweet,
so-
dude. Hell yeah! Thanks for doing that. And that is in the TikTok books.
Yo,
Dude, thank you so very
good.
much for coming on Desert Hydra, everybody. We'll see you next week. Christian, I love you lots. I love you guys lots, and see you later.
Thanks.
If you like what you heard, type into their Instagram and Twitter. The information's right below with their email.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy.
Be sure to log into the channel by subscribing and check out the previous episodes. But until then, we'll see you next week with a new one. We out for now.